And I think that is where Zendaya is always giggling when Tom is talking, because it's not something that you see in America quite often. At least what I've seen in America, you're either really shy and that's the way you come off, or you're confident and you're loud and you're brash and you're knocking. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody out there in YouTube land. Hi, my name's Anthony Resinello. I am a social and relationship coach living in Los Angeles. I've been doing this for the past 15 years, and today I have been humbly asked to react to Tom Holland and Zendaya. Without any further ado, why don't we get frickin' started?
Something people don't know about me is I'm actually fluent in Portuguese.
Oh, get out of here.
Say something right now.
Go.
Obrigado.
That's all. That's all we got, folks.
No.
I guess if it's mysterious, it's just something that some people don't know about you. So we could have a little truth session. Jacob and I were recently in LA, and he came to my hotel, and we had a few drinks at the bar. So then he couldn't stay. He couldn't obviously drive home because we don't do drink driving.
No, of course
obviously.
not.
So he stayed in my hotel room, and he slept in the living room. And I woke up to this like strobe light going off and this like super loud alarm, and then all of a sudden this lady came over the town line and she was like, fire, fire, evacuate the building, fire, fire. And Jacob like walked in and there's like strobe lights going off and he was like, dude, fire alarm's going off. Like, yeah, no shit, Jacob.
Whoa, I was scared. I busted through your room because you weren't even
busted
up.
through?
No, he didn't.
He just walked
He
casually
literally
walked
like
in.
waddled in like this and he was like, dude, fire alarm's going off.
Oh my god, our lives were at
Classic.
stake.
If you met someone who knew nothing about Spider-Man or the movies, what would you tell them is going on in this one?
I'll make it.
I would just tell them to go watch the Avengers
Yeah,
movies and catch up.
I think if you've got this far in life without watching a Marvel movie, they're not for you.
Yeah.
Does it count as a fake ID if your birthday is correct and 5 years have passed, but you're still underage?
Well, that's why on my
It's still your
passport, when
ID.
you see the close-up of my passport, there's no date.
I don't think that's
doesn't
legal.
But the thing is your date of birth doesn't change. You're still born on that
Yeah.
day.
I think something interesting about Tom Holland's personality, and I talked about this in my Tom Holland Classic Charm episode, which you could watch by clicking right above, is he has this perfect balance of charm. He seems to exude such strong confidence when he interacts with people, while at the same time, he always has this innocent look on his face. He always has this look like he's a deer in headlights, like kind of this like, I don't know what's about to happen. I don't know if this is a good thing to say, but at the same time, he's saying it confidently anyway. And I think this is where the charm is for him, because he has that British gentleman kind of personality where he's super polite, he's always listening. There never seems to be a hair out of place for Tom. Then at the same time, he has this boyish kind of demeanor where he's not sure if anything he's saying is right. And I think that is where Zendaya is always giggling when Tom is talking, because it's not something that you see in America quite often. At least what I've seen in America, you're either really shy, and that's the way you come off, or you're confident and you're loud and you're brash and you're knocking things over. But to mix those two together is where that smile, that giggle comes from Zendaya, because essentially humor is when two opposing things are coming together and they're unexpected. And that's exactly what Tom's personality is. It's unexpected, it's unusual, but it's in more of a subtle way.
How would you describe the growth of your friendship?
I think that, well, on and off camera, obviously.
Yeah.
I think we all.
I thought you were about to say on and off friendship.
That's so awkward. So awkward.
No, but it's true. I think we all like became so close.
It's so funny, I talk about this again in the Tom Holland Classic Charm episode that I did, where Tom is constantly recomposing himself. And I'm gonna show it in 1 second again, but he laughs, and then when he knows he has to listen again, he goes, and then he kind of, he gets serious again. It's quite adorable, and it shows how in control everything he's doing really is. Nothing I don't think he does is by accident. I think that innocent face, I think it's purposeful. And I especially think that British gentlemanly side is very taught in him as well. That's not something that comes naturally to somebody. That's taught in him. But the way that he exudes it so uniquely in his own kind of innocent, charming, boyish way is what makes it really great. But I just want to show you how he recomposes himself. If you look at the classic charm episode, you'll see it like several times, but here it is right here.
I thought you were about to say on and off friendship.
So they're gonna laugh. And then when Zendaya talks, watch his face change right here.
No, but it's true. I think we all like,
Right there.
became so close after the first movie, and
Your Instagram is a very true representation of who you are as a person.
what do you mean?
Like, I often find with lots of Instagram accounts, you'll look at people's accounts and you go, there's no way you're actually like that in real life. You know, there's no way that you look like you look glammed up every single day of and your Instagram is like, having known you and know you, it's a very accurate, like...
So another thing that I'm just noticing about this great balance that I've been talking about with Tom, and it's again, why I think he is so charming, and again, it's the balance. He seems to be able to really take center stage incredibly well. In other words, he feels comfortable in the seat of the leader, right? But at the same time, it never looks like he's big-headed about that position. It never looks like he's coming off cocky and proud of himself because he is the leader. He always looks humble. He's always looking like, I don't know why I'm here, I'm just here, but this is what I'm doing now. And I think that is very attractive to anybody, because you see somebody in a high position, but then you see that they're not so, like, take it so seriously and they're so proud of themselves. And again, this is about charm. I can't say it enough. It's such a balance. And here it is again, humble leader.
Does Tom Holland do his own stunts?
I do, actually. I do my own stunts, but there are some stunts that I can't do. And then that's why I have my stunt double, Greg and Luke, who are incredibly talented and have made some of the action sequences in this film, I would say, the most memorable Spider-Man sequences ever.
It looks great.
So yeah, so I do my own stunts, but I can't take full credit.
You just said doo-doo. How did Tom Holland
Honestly,
Holland.
it's making me feel really
How
strange.
did Tom Holland
get jacked?
Jack?
I'm done. I am so done.
First of all,
That's terrible. Like, enough with this.
How did I
Get
get
outta
jacked?
here.
Well, it's a long story, but I'll tell it.
did he though?
Yeah, I mean, like, I've been working out with you. I don't know.
We worked out together a whole bunch.
And another great thing about Tom Holland in that humble leadership role is that he's not scared of laughing at it. He's not scared of acting cocky as a joke. And again, if he just acted cocky as a joke in the leadership position without being humble, that wouldn't come off charming, because there would be too much of a balance weighing down the cockiness, right? You need to have a really perfect balance in order to come off charming.
But on this film, like, I tried to get really bulky, and I'm not gonna do that again.
Why?
Because I don't think I think I looked in worse shape in this film than I did in the first film.
It's because you have to eat a lot of food, too.
Yeah, I was a bit, like, thicker, you know?
How did Tom Holland
Found out
find
you
out
were
he was
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
I found out on Instagram.
That's such a new age thing.
Yeah.
I know.
I found on Instagram.
No, but for real, I found out on Instagram, and then I ran downstairs celebrating, and I said to my brother Harry, I was like, dude, I got the part, I'm gonna play Spider-Man.
I actually thought I was gonna see a lot more from Zendaya in these interviews. I did a whole classic charm on Zendaya, and I've seen hours of footage of her in interviews, and she has such a big, strong, charming, charismatic, positive, funny, interesting, clever personality. But it seems like she's taking a back seat in these interviews, and I don't know why. It could just be a personality trait that she likes to kind of sit back and let other people take the stage, or, and listen, I'm just speculating here, it could be that she feels a little anxious around Tom. It could be that she feels a little anxious around Jacob. I don't know. It could be that she feels anxious around two guys when she's the only girl. I don't really know so much about Zendaya to say it, but what I do see is that she's a little bit more held back in these videos, a little bit more shy. I don't know exactly why. I really wanted to see a lot more interaction, but it looked like she was just having such a good time laughing at what Tom was saying and sometimes what Jacob was saying. And that's fine. Sometimes dynamics are like that. Sometimes they're like that on camera and not off camera. But that's all I have today. If you want me to react to another Tom and Zendaya video with your suggested YouTube videos, well, guess what? I need this video to get to 10,000 likes to do so. That was so weird. But 10,000 likes, and I'll make a part 2 of this. That's it for now. Oh yeah, guess what? If you want to vote for future videos, look right down there in the description. Do you see what it says? It says follow me and vote for new videos or something like that. Go do it, you really can. If you go to my Instagram, every week I put up a poll and you could vote for what I react to in the coming week. And now you have a choice. You could either watch my Tom Holland video right here, or you could watch my Zendaya video right here. Both go deep into analyzing the charm and personality and attractiveness of each individual. Choose.